Money. It's something we use every single day, right? But what if the very idea of money is about to be completely turned on its head? Today, we're diving into a massive, provocative question. Is the future of money a path to real freedom, or is it the ultimate tool of control? All right, just picture this for a second. The year is 2045. You're walking down the street and you're thinking, you know what? I could really go for a coffee. So how do you pay for it? In this world, there's no cash. And here's the thing. This isn't some sci-fi movie. This is the future that some of the biggest global institutions are working on right now. So, to really understand what's on the line here, we've got to break down what this digital money revolution is all about. Okay, so what is a digital currency? Well, simply put, it's money that only exists electronically. There are no paper bills, no coins in your pocket, just ones and zeros in a computer somewhere. But, and this is super important, not all digital money is the same, not by a long shot. And this is where you see this huge split. On one side, you've got cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin. The whole point is that they're decentralized. No single bank, no single government is in charge. And on the other side, you have something totally different. Central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. These are the exact opposite. They are issued and controlled directly by the government, like China's digital yuan. With these, the government holds all the cards. And you better believe governments are marketing these CBDCs with some pretty big promises. The official pitch is that they're fast, cheap, and secure. You'll be able to send money anywhere in the world instantly, transaction fees will practically disappear, and hey, we'll even save some treats. Sounds great, doesn't it? What's not to love? Well, this is where that big question comes roaring back into the picture. Is all this convenience just a cover for something else? Is this whole digital money push a door to more freedom? Or is it a really, really clever trap? I mean, think about it. If you use cash to buy that coffee, that transaction is pretty much anonymous. But in a fully digital world, every single purchase, every coffee, every book, every bus ticket is logged permanently in a database that the government can search anytime it wants. And this is that slippery slope that has so many people worried. Step 1, they say, is total surveillance. Every transaction is watched. Step 2, that data could be used to build social credit systems, like what's being tested in China. And the final step in this nightmare scenario? A world with no cash, where your entire financial life depends on an account that could be frozen with the click of a button. Of course, the institutions pushing for this future paint a very different picture. At the World Economic Forum in Davos, the message was all positive. This is just about modernizing finance and bringing more people into the system. And the WEF isn't alone here. The World Bank says digital finance is critical for helping the poor. The UN loves that CBDCs are secure and traceable. And that word right there, traceable, that's the key to this whole debate. For supporters, it means security. For critics, it means surveillance. Now, it's easy to hear all this and just dismiss it as a conspiracy theory. But, you know, history has a funny way of turning theories into facts. Just remember, before 2013, the idea that the government had a secret program that was just hoovering up everyone's emails and phone calls sounded like something out of a spy movie. And then Edward Snowden revealed the PRISM program, and we all found out it was 100% real. And this isn't just a debate about the future. The war on cash, as some people are calling it, is already happening. Let's look at what's going on in the real world right now. Just take a look at Europe. Governments all over the continent are putting hard limits on how much cash you can legally use for a purchase. The whole EU has a 10,000 euro limit. But then you look at countries like France or Portugal, and it's down to just 1,000 euros. In Greece, it's as low as 500. And these aren't suggestions. This is the law. And Spain is taking things to a whole other level. Under a new rule, if you want to take more than 3,000 euros of your own money out of your own bank account, you have to tell the tax office 24 hours beforehand. The government says it's to fight crime, but critics argue it's really about controlling people's money, especially during a crisis. And if you don't report it, the potential fine is just staggering, up to 150,000 euros. This isn't a gentle nudge away from cash. It feels a lot more like a forceful shove. And think about what happens when you depend completely on these digital systems, and they break. During Greece's financial crisis in 2015, people were limited to taking out just 50 euros a day. In 2016, India suddenly canceled its biggest banknotes, and it caused total chaos for millions. Now just imagine a big power outage. No ATMs, no card readers, no digital payments. All of a sudden, physical cash isn't old-fashioned. It's a lifeline. But here's the thing. This totally controlled, cashless future, it's not a done deal. Not even close. There's a growing pushback, and some people are actively fighting to build a different path forward. I mean, just look at what happened with Nigeria's CBDC, the e-Naira. Even with a massive push from the government, its adoption was a spectacular failure. A report from 2022 found that out of millions of merchants in the country, only 80 were accepting it. 80! That's not just low adoption, that's a clear signal of deep public distrust. And it's not just people ignoring it. A very real counter-movement is starting to grow, with some places actually passing laws to protect financial choice and push back against this idea of total reliance on government digital money. A prime example is Florida. They recently passed a law that officially recognizes gold and silver as legal currency. The whole idea is to give citizens a real alternative, a way to protect themselves from a devaluing dollar and all these new restrictions on cash. And they're not alone. Other states are joining what's being called the sound money movement. And the motivation behind it was made crystal clear. It was framed as a direct stand against federal policies and this global trend of squeezing out cash. It's a very deliberate choice to go in a different direction. Which brings us right back to where we started. The push for a totally digital, cashless world is moving fast, and it's being sold to us with promises of efficiency and progress. But it leaves us with the biggest question of all. As we watch our last pieces of paper money disappear, are we also saying goodbye to a fundamental piece of our freedom? That's something we all need to think about.